Hello YouTube, I'm Vince White and I'm an employment attorney. We created this channel specifically to answer folks' questions about employment law issues related to the federal laws, right? Workplace discrimination, workplace sexual harassment, and the retaliation tied to those two specific claims. Basically, we are here to answer questions about any kind of discrimination or sexual harassment that could go through the Federal Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. That specifically allows us to answer questions in all 50 states. But we have to clarify, we cannot answer questions about state law. We have said this time and time again. Outside of New York State, I cannot. We have other attorneys here who can, but they're not going to, right? It's not their job. What I want to answer these questions. So I have to limit myself to New York State law and the federal laws. Now, as the channel gets more and more popular, we're getting more and more calls from folks who want to talk about their specific situation. The issue here is that yesterday, I spent about 4 hours speaking to people who would watch the YouTube channel and then called the firm because they want to talk about their situation. And I spent hours trying to help those people, and I feel great about that. I'm thrilled. But that can't go on. I don't have enough time in the day after I take care of my clients and I deal with my friends and my family, my own well-being. There's just not enough time in the day. It can't be. I can't do it. So what I'm going to build is a process that will kind of lighten that load a little bit. When you call our firm to speak to me directly, you're going to speak with a paralegal from our firm. And that paralegal is going to decide if you are best suited, best helped by speaking with me, by speaking with another attorney, by speaking with local counsel wherever you are, or even just posting your question on a YouTube video. And we can answer it publicly, right? And I get it. A couple of the people that have experienced that system that we are now putting in place did not like it. They were like, no, I want to talk to Vince. Here's the thing with that. You're not my client. You're not paying us. And you're asking for something more than the free help we offered you. I want to help you, but there are limitations. I'm not the only attorney in the world. Other attorneys should be offering the service as well, in my opinion. But I cannot have an hour-long phone call with every single person who wants help. I simply cannot do it. It cannot be. It will not be. Okay? So we're going to do our best to deal with the calls. But don't be surprised if you call, you may not be speaking with me. You may just be told to post your question. You may, okay? It is what it is. If you don't like that, that's okay. The beautiful thing about free help is if you don't like the free help, you don't have to avail yourself of it. Now, a couple of notes here. We've had a couple of people who got a little bit aggressive when they didn't get the level of help that they wanted from calling us. I have to be clear with you. If you threaten anyone at our firm, we're merely going to contact the local authorities where you are and let them know that you made threats of violence across state lines. It's that simple. That is exactly what will happen 100% of the time. If you get on the phone with us and you're screaming and ranting and raving, or even just crying uncontrollably, we are going to have to end that call because we are not trained mental health professionals. And I don't think that really we're up to that job. All right? If you want to call us and seek help with your legal issues, we're going to try to do that for you. We really are. We want the best for you. But if you're screaming at us, it's a no. If you're crying so much that we can't understand you, we're going to say, hey, listen, this is hard. We get it. Your livelihood is being attacked. Your identity is being targeted. The means by which you provide yourself and your family shelter, food, clothing is being stripped from you potentially. That is terrifying and horrible and traumatic. But you do have to call a mental health professional if that's what you're dealing with right now. And once you get through that, we'll be here to talk about the case, to talk about the legal issues if they rise under the federal laws. Okay? The last thing I'll note is if you call us up and you say that you're going to commit suicide or you threaten to commit suicide, which happens more often than I care to admit. We just have to do a wellness check. We're going to call the authorities wherever you are and let them know whatever information we have about you and that you've given voice to suicidal ideation. And we want you to be okay. We want you to be safe. So we're going to ask the first responders to go over and do a wellness check on you. And that's what we have to do. That's what we've determined our duty is as lawyers when someone says they're going to kill themselves. So all of these things can be a little jarring for folks, but I created this video so we could send it to people who don't like the system or don't feel like they're receiving the call with me that they wanted, even though they're just calling on a YouTube channel, right? We're doing our best. We're trying to help, but I think it's important to kind of share with folks that, like, hey, we weren't really offering like hours of our time on the phone to everyone because we can't. We're offering specifically on this channel that you ask a question and we try to create a video answering that narrow question. Okay? I hope this is helpful. I'm sorry I can't just do an hour with everybody. But if I did an hour with everybody, people would still get mad and they want 5 hours or 30 hours, right? It just is what it is. So, good luck, everybody. And I hope you're having a great weekend. Take care.